Okay. Hello. Can you please let me know if you can hear me on the chat? Awesome. I am assuming that everyone here is for the meeting from 8:30 to 10:20. And some of you may have been here a little bit before, so I was just finishing the other group. So good evening. This is a tough time for us, late in the day. I so good. Hey, hello, Sina. I just look at your name and I had a student. His name was Sina as well. So you remind me of him. Very good, Sina. Very good. Okay. So thank you for taking this course. I know it's a long day for all of you, but I'm so glad that you were able to make it. You were able to make it here, and I'm just gonna see if you can all mute yourselves so that we. Okay, I'm gonna mute just in case. Okay, so again, welcome everyone. It doesn't matter if it's late in the day, but let's have a good time here together. Let's do this. We have a good 13 weeks program to go through together. And again, welcome to the first week. I know that you have started already having classes from yesterday, so not yesterday, sorry, from Monday. Today is Wednesday already. So again, I hope that everybody is fine, everybody's doing well. I know it's late in the day, but we're gonna go through it, and I'm gonna try to keep you awake for as long as I can. Okay, great. So I'm just gonna start by saying that I would welcome if anyone wants to share your webcam with me. I feel a little bit lonely if I'm the only one sharing the webcam. So, but again, it's not mandatory. You don't have to. But if you feel comfortable with that, I welcome you to open your webcam. At least I can see the face. Kevin, again, good to see you again, Kevin. Now is the right timing. Good. I have to take care of that because I was not expecting this kind of collision. So I may have to create different links for different sections here. So I may have to revisit that. But again, thank you for sharing the webcam there. I appreciate that. Today, as I mentioned before, okay, there's a Brazilian there. Alexandre. Is that Alexandre? The other camera there? Alessandro. Sorry, Alex. I'm going to call Alex. That's fine. Okay, so welcome as well. So today is a light day. Today, I will be doing a lot of the talking. Today, I'll be introducing myself, and I want to hear from you as well. So it's about introductions, about getting to know each other. And then we're going to discuss about how the semester will be conducted. If you came at the end of the last class, you saw already, you had a little peek at the, at some stuff that we're going to be talking about today. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. Today, you're not going to be doing exercises or demonstrations, which, by the way, is how I'm going to be using this time together that we have on a weekly basis. But I'm going to start talking a little bit about myself, and then I'm going to hear from you. So let me start this. Okay, let me swap here. The most important thing is that my voice comes clear to you. Sometimes the video might be a little bit choppy here and there. That's fine, as long as the voice is coming clear to you. Let's start by talking about my name. Okay, so It's not Anderson. I know when you saw the first time, you thought like it registered in your mind that it's Anderson, but it's not. Okay, I'm picky about that. Now, who's that guy? Who can tell me who is that gentleman who watches the news, who watches CNN? Anderson Cooper. Yes, Kevin, thank you for that. That's Anderson. Yes, good for him. Good for him. But I'm not, okay? I am not. How about that guy? Anyone there? Anyone knows who that guy is? Keanu Reeves. I know him, man, but which character is he playing there? Neo. I know Neo. Yeah, Mr. Anderson. Remember that the bad guy saying Mr. Anderson? That's deep voice. So yes, that's Mr. Anderson, but I'm not. My name is not Anderson. Okay. Very picky about this little N here. Why am I picky about that? Well, first of all, I like my name, so that's a given. You should be proud of your names as well. But there's a reason why I try to make a strong point about this. Is because as coders, developers, programmers, we need to have what? We need to have attention to what? What is it? What is it that we have to be careful about? We have to have attention to details. Yes, Kevin, attention to details. A little, an additional letter in your code will break it. Will add a bug to your code. I can tell you this, 90% of the bugs that I see in students' code through this course is a little something, just something minor there. That's, it's a capital letter and they put it in lowercase, something silly like that. So again, as coders, we have to be very attentive to the little nitty-gritty details here. Okay, I know some of you may not want to become coders in the future, but this is a coding class, so I have to assume that somehow, you're gonna have to touch some code here, whether you like it or not. And coders, we need to be to have attention to details. Okay, that's it. This site is live. You can go and you can have a laugh there, but it's live. I mean, I have this domain for, I don't know, over 10 years now. Okay, enough about my name. Let's talk about my professional experience. Why am I here talking to you? What are my credentials here? So I've been in the industry since 95. I started my bachelor's degree. I finished my degree in 99, 98. Started my business here in Canada in 2007. I have it for 13 years. Wow. 13, 14 years now. Teaching, I started to teach online in 2010. It was mostly online content, training people using tools, using technical tools, using some content management systems. So I've been teaching since 2010, and at Centennial, I have been teaching since 2018, when I fall in love with teaching synchronously, teaching face-to-face. I was not expecting to fall in love with the profession. I said, you know what? That's fine. I have the time. I'm just going to give it a try. And I really, really enjoy the process of teaching. I really like this. So that's what I've been doing since 2018. Not only that, I keep adding things to my to-do list, not taking them away. So professionally, those are some of my sites. My main business site, Deskpal, it's a service-based business. I have some people that work with me over there. Then Hero is where I started to teach online in 2010. There's over 700 videos there. It's specific, a very specific technology there. So that's where I taught a lot. And lately I have been creating courses. I'll say courses in plural because I created one course. I created one course for Udemy. I will bring a link for everyone to be able to join this course for free. It's a machine learning course. You may think, oh, machine learning, that's super complicated. Actually, not really. This is a course that you can take without coding at all. It does not require you to code at all. You're going to be using during this course here, machine learning. It's a 2.5 hours long course. It's going to give you a good foundation of machine learning just by using visual tools. So again, I'll bring the link down the road here next week or so you can all register for free on this course, okay? I'm originally from Brazil. I came to Canada in 2002, so it's been 19 years so far. This is the crew. We live in Ajax, very close by to Centennial, just 20 minutes from Centennial and Scarborough. The little one, you may hear her screaming, yelling, because it's becoming time for her to go to bed, and she gives a hard time going to bed. So if by any chance you hear yelling, screaming, don't worry. I'm safe here. I locked the door, and they're going to deal with that stuff by themselves. No, she's going to deal with her later. But again, this is the crew. I like a little bit of tennis, but I didn't play that much this past summer, just a little bit. But here is what I really, really like doing. That's why you see this arm here. It's connected to the table at the end of the table. I love podcasting. I love talking to people. I love getting to know people's journeys, extracting from them how they became what they become, how the advice that they have for us. So I like to talk to people in the industry, and that's what I try to bring to the class as well. Which microphone I'm using? I'm using a Blue Yeti. This is a Blue Yeti. Blue Yeti. There are many types of Blue Yetis, but this is one of those. I have it for many years right now. The setup, again, it's not new. That's it, Alex. So again, podcasting is a big part of who I am. Video, I love doing video. I love doing video tutorials. I'll be doing a lot more of that in my YouTube channel. But again, podcasting, I bring that to you. So far, I think that the podcast is on episode 76. So every single week for the past year and a half, I have been speaking to a professional in the industry. Okay. And I do that because, yes, I have 20 years of experience, but I only have my experience to talk to you about. And what I do in the podcast is I bring other professionals' experiences to talk about what they are doing, to talk about the industry, to talk about what you will be finding in the industry when you are out there after college. Okay. And the podcast will be part of our course as well. I'm going to show you in a bit, how I have integrated the podcast to our course. Okay. And I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope that the podcast will bring useful information to you as a person, as a professional in the industry. Okay. I'll be talking more about this in a second. But I want to make one thing clear. I have more than one of this t-shirt. And why I say that is because you're going to always be seeing me with this t-shirt. I may have a long sleeve black shirt underneath, but today is quite hot here. So I just have my t-shirt. But again, I have more than one. And very quickly, I can leave here. I can put it in the wash machine, but yeah, that's it. Now, one more thing about the shirt. One more thing about it. I have two different types of shirts. And it's not about the long sleeve. Again, when you see me with long sleeve, it's just because I have a black long sleeve underneath. That's it. It's cold and I have a black one. They are only t-shirts. However, I have two different models of t-shirts. And I want to see who will be able to see that over the course of the next few weeks. I will not be reminding you, this is the first and last time that I'll be mentioning this, but I want to see who will come to me and say, oh, I get it. This is the difference from that t-shirt to the other one. I want to see who will remember that, who will be, again, having attention to details here as we go through the semester. I want to see who will tell me that. If you tell me that, I'll keep your name in the back of my head, in the positive side of the back of my head. I will be your reference. I'll hire you. You're gonna really make an impression on me if you come to me and tell me what is the difference between my different t-shirts. Anyway, that's enough about that. Okay, so Vicas, I don't know how we pronounce that. Okay, I'm waiting for that. Okay, waiting for that. Let's see. Okay, so talking a little bit more about education here. Those 3 points are my teaching philosophies. Okay, this used to be more applicable when we were face-to-face in class, but you know what? We can translate this to remote online as well. Learn how to learn. I mentioned about the podcast. Today in the morning, I was interviewing someone, and his last words during the podcast, I have a segment that allows them to say their last word, that wrap up words, and he said, I want to advise you, to recommend, to entice people to learn how to learn, to become a constant learner. Because let me tell you this, you have chosen a very fast-paced industry to work on. Even if you are not, even if you don't want to become a coder, but even if you go to other aspects of technology is very fast-paced. So what we might be learning today, you might be working with something completely different in 2 years down the road. Again, you will have to incorporate learning as a big part of your future, of your profession, because this environment changed too quickly. Let me tell you this. I mentioned that I put together a machine learning course. A year ago, January 2020, I've never worked with machine learning before in my life. Then I said, you know what? I have to get my mind around that because I want to teach a course on machine learning. I studied, and again, here I am knowing a little bit more than I knew back then about machine learning. Again, I'm no superhero here. All of us, all of you will have to keep improving yourself. And that's something that I'll be instigating on you. I'm going to try to help you to learn how to learn, to become a constant learner. Flipped classroom means that during our meetings every single week, I will not be here preaching you about the contents. Actually, you're going to come to our meetings having already gone through the contents yourself. So week number 1 is already open on Centennial. Okay? You can be going through week number 1. This is week number 1. Week number 1, I will be demonstrating, I will be doing exercises next week. So every single week, we're going to be practicing, doing exercises about the content from the week before, because the week before is the one that you should have gone through the content already. This is called flipped classroom. You come to the class or our meetings ready already with some knowledge about the content. And I'm going to talk about this a little bit more, a little bit down the road. Okay? Active learning is the fact that I'll not be here talking, preaching to you the content for 2 straight hours. No, it's not like that. We'll be engaging each other in exercises, in practice, in demonstrations that will have you actively learning the content, not passively just looking at me, delivering the content to you. That's not how we're going to be working here, okay? The 3 things that I wanted to mention. Again, if you want to interrupt me in the chat, you can do that anytime. Okay, that's enough about me. I mean, that's been 20 minutes already about me. Enough. You know enough already. first tool that you're going to be using as an extra tool that we use throughout this course is Padlet. I'm going to open Padlet here. Actually, right now, you're going to see all the questions from the previous group there. So I'm going to, let me just have a quick look here. I'm going to clean this up. Okay, so I'm going to just clean all posts. And we're going to start from scratch here for the section. Link is there in the chat, so you can load that up. Okay. You can ask me questions via the chat. That's fine. However, in the chat on Zoom, you cannot ask a question anonymously. Okay. If you want to ask me a question anonymously, use Padlet. If you, I don't know, you are concerned about what am I going to think about you if you ask that question, that's fine. Just ask here. You don't need to identify yourself. Now you can put your name if you are okay with that, that's fine. But again, you can use this board, just click the link and say, this is my question. And again, you can put your question here. I will be checking this board throughout the meeting to see if there's any questions there. And again, you don't have to identify yourself, but you can. Okay, we're going to be using this environment as well to do some activities, to do sometimes I'm going to ask a question, I'm going to ask for the answers that you post here on Padlet. Okay, again, that's an extra tool that we're going to be using. Now, why did I bring Padlet at this point? Because now that I have introduced myself, it's your turn to introduce yourself to me. So I'm going to ask you to fill out. Let me get the link here. By the way, we are section number 003. Okay, so I'm going to get a link here. Give me 1 second. Okay, so this link is a link to a form. I'm going to post the link here as well. So link. I'm going to open that link. So this is a private survey. I'll be the only one checking this. Okay, I'm going to ask some general questions about you. You can answer if you want. If you don't want to fill this out, that's fine. But it's an opportunity for me to get to know a little bit more about you. So we're going to start with a computer. Usually this course goes better if you have a Windows, but you can have a Mac as well. But I want to know that. Do you have a Mac or Windows? Where are you located? Maybe you are not located here in Toronto. I had students from last semester that they were in China. And I want to know that because I can then know that, oh, I have to be mindful about different time zones. Okay, so select that. Again, some information about Centennial here. If you want to share with me your personal email, you can. You don't have to. You don't have to, but it's here optionally. It's not required. Okay. If you have a nickname, you can put it here as well. Sometimes, you know, we have our original name, but we have a nickname that we would rather be called from. Your preferred pronoun. In my case, you can use he, him, his. If you want to share with me, that's fine as well. Is there anything that I can help you to make this meeting more comfortable? I don't know, speak slower or speak faster. I don't know. Tell me if there's anything that I can do for you. The same way as I told a little bit about my hobbies, tell me about your hobbies. Tell me about, whatever you feel comfortable sharing with me. Now, this is a question that I really want very much to know about, because I want to know if you want to become a coder. Some of you want to become a coder, some of you don't. Some of you are taking this course because it's required course for the program. Okay? So I want to know, are you convinced that you want to become a coder, or no way, Jose, you want to be a coder? It might be the case. No. Why do I want to know that? Because you know what? If I know that you really want to be a coder, well, I may I know that, and I may help you a little bit more to become that coder that you want to be. For the ones that don't want anything with coding, maybe I'll go, you know, I'll need to, I want to have that in mind from me. And if you have any questions from me, have a look at this. Okay, that is the last question here. So I will be using a timer here. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes to go through this. Again, the link is in the chat. The link is on Padlet as well. Click there, take 5 minutes, and please help me to get to know you. Okay, 5 minutes there. I'll stick around. I'll be around. Kevin, to answer your question, yes, if you have a more recent edition, yeah. Is there a more recent edition than this one?
So I think the one that's recommended in the course said the 5th edition, and I think the one you have is the 7th.
Oh, yes, you're right. You're right. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. This is
Okay.
really the one that. But I'll talk about the book a little bit later today. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll cover that. Okay. So thanks so much for filling out the survey, filling out the form. If you didn't have a chance yet, that's fine. You can save the link. You can do it later. I'll only be checking the responses by tomorrow. Okay. So again, if you did, great. If you did not, you can do it a little bit later. Now, what you're going to be doing, which sometimes students don't like to do this that much, but you know what? We have to work, we have to try to simulate as best as possible the environment that we have in class face to face online. It's very hard to do that with a remote engagement like this. The usually the students, they feel a little bit disconnected, but again, as part of our jobs as instructors is to try to integrate the class a little bit more, a little bit better. And because you're going to be doing group work, I'm going to invite you to introduce yourself in groups of two. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a feature of Zoom that allow us to create breakout rooms. Breakout rooms will be done randomly. So you're going to be paired with somebody else, maybe with another person, or maybe with two more people. So it's groups of two or three people. The idea is I'm going to put aside 5 minutes. You're going to introduce yourself, and this is in the next slide. You're going to introduce yourself. You're going to talk a little bit about yourself, and then you're going to hear the other person as well. Hi, my name is Edson Oliveira, and what is interesting about me is that I like doing podcasts. And you go from there. You break the ice, you start talking, and now you're going to leave today here not only knowing a little bit about me, but a little bit about somebody else, about a colleague of yours in the group. And again, we need to be working together because we're going to have group assignments as well. So it'll be 5 minutes. Uh, Stay there in the group. And when we get to 4 minutes, I'm going to set a timer, and you're going to see that in 1 minute, in 6 seconds, you're going to close automatically and you're going to get back to the main room. So again, breakout rooms will break you randomly, automatically. Stay there, click the join button when you see the join, and then talk. Again, open your mic, open your video if you want, open your mic, at least the mic, so you can hear somebody else's voice, the person can hear your voice as well. If you don't have a mic, or if you don't feel comfortable with that, that's fine. You can do text. But again, nothing better than looking at the person. The second best thing is talking to the person, just voice. And the third, no, way back is just by typing. I would advise you at least to talk with the other person. Okay. I'm going to do that for 5 minutes, and I'm going to use the breakout room feature of Zoom for that. Okay. So again, I'm going to bring, so we are 25, 24 people. So if I set for 12 groups, we're going to have about two participants. Let's see here, two or three. Okay. And again, 5 minutes, and I'll bring you all back. It's going to start right now. Okay. So I think that's you all came back. Out of curiosity, just let me know in the chat. I know that some people had some problems. Someone had to reconnect and then wasn't able to get back. But wanted to hear overall, what was your experience with the breakout rooms? Was it positive? I mean, did it work for you? Did it not work for you? Tell me something here in the chat. I always want to know because I was not part of that. I was not there with you. So I want to know if it worked for you, if you found it to be beneficial. Again, tell me something here in the chat so I can hear your experiences a little bit. It's good. Okay, good. Awesome. The idea is, again, to be able to connect a little bit with at least one, maybe two colleagues. No? Exactly, Alex. Yep, Alex. Yes. I like it. One thing I seen in the past with other groups is a provided icebreaker question. Okay, awesome. Okay, icebreaker question. Yep, I get it. Yeah. Next time I'll have an icebreaker there. Okay, great, awesome. Thanks for doing that. Now I would like to move on to discuss the details about the course. How are we going to conduct this course here? Okay. Yeah, hiya. Thank you. Awesome. Thanks so much. So let me close this one here. I have another PowerPoint, and this is what I call, in general, class commitments. Those are things that we're gonna be engaging in this game, in this 13 weeks game, and we need to lay out the rules of engagement. How are we gonna interact? How are things worth? How much are things worth? What is it that we're gonna be doing? I mean, how many assignments, how many quizzes, how many tests we have? What is the point? I mean, how much each one is worth? So that's what we will be talking about now. Before we get to those specifics, let me talk about respect. We have people here from all backgrounds, from all parts of the globe. People here that are more familiar with coding. Some people are not that familiar with coding, even though this is programming too, and you should be, should have some basis with coding already. But maybe you don't. Maybe you have some coding experience a long time ago. So again, it's okay to have differences of opinion. When we are working in groups, this is even more important because it's very easy to get carried away with differences when we are working in groups. That's sometimes why it's hard to work with groups. But again, if we always keep in mind having respect with each other, disagreeing in opinions, not necessarily attacking the other person, that's the main thing that I want you to keep in mind. Okay, respect above all. Okay, now let's get down and dirty here to the specifics of the course. Okay, so to get us started here with our graded tasks, we're gonna have 5 quizzes. Each quiz is worth 2% of your final grade. So 5 quizzes times 2%, we have a total of 10% worth in terms of quizzes. So 5 quizzes, I'm gonna be doing a quiz roughly every other week. There's already quiz number 1 open and available for you to take it until Friday of next week, Friday, January 29th. Okay, I'll remind that a little bit later. But the first one is already out, and it's about week number 1, which is already open as well on Centennial. I'm gonna dive on Centennial in a little bit. By the way, we're gonna have a break at 9:20, 5 minutes break. Okay, so I'm gonna go forward here for 6 more minutes, and we're gonna have a 5 minutes break just to refill some water and stretch it out. Okay, So all our quizzes, the graded ones, will be done via eCentennial. They will take about 10 to 20 minutes to get done. And they are multiple choice questions. My quizzes are quite simple, to be quite honest. And you can only take the quiz once. And each question will come after the other one. So you cannot go back to the other question. You have just to keep moving forward. So because they are simple quizzes, I made it slightly more restricted. You can only take it once and you have one question at a time that comes up. Again, quiz number 1 is already open, already available, and you're going to get an auto grade at the end of the quiz so you know how you did it. Again, quiz number 1 is about week number 1, which the content is already open on eCentennial. I'll open that a little bit later and we can review on eCentennial as well. Any questions about the quizzes? I will, again, I'm looking at the chats. I'm looking at Padlet as well. Okay, so I see some questions here. So let's see. I already have Visual Studio 2019 installed, but how do I know if it's the enterprise version? Okay, so if you have 2019, you can actually, I can open that. Most likely you are okay. You may have used this for programming 100. If you did that, not programming 100, sorry, programming 1, comp 100, if you did that for that course, you are okay. Okay. Are these Zoom calls recorded? Yes, they are recorded. And I'm going to talk about that as well a little bit later today. A lot to come. Okay. Let's see here. Vicus, in the course outline and in grades, there are 6 quizzes. Okay. In the course outline. Okay, I'm going to open the course outline, but I'll tell you this. And in the grades, there are 6 quizzes. In the grades, let me look here in the grades. 6 quizzes in the grades. Oh, you're right. There are 6 quizzes here. Thank you for that. Yeah. I will adjust this, okay? But again, it's gonna be 5 quizzes, okay? But I'll adjust this. I swear that we had only 5 here. Again, it's gonna be 5, but good. Thank you, Vikes, for bringing that up. I'll make sure that we have only 5 quizzes here. Okay, let me just make a quick note about that so I can revisit this. Okay. Okay, so again, thank you for mentioning that. Haya, there will be a bonus that I'll be talking about in a second. Okay, so hold that thought there. You said maybe a bonus to drop lowest mark. There's a bonus that I will be sharing with you in a second. Okay, this topic will be covered. So again, 5 quizzes, 10%, multiple choices. We have 4 assignments. Assignments, they are projects. Okay, we're going to be coding those assignments and you're going to be uploading them to eCentennial. Okay, actually, let's do this. Let's go for a 5 minutes break and then I'll come back and we finish talking about assignments and we carry forward here. Okay, so again, 5 minutes, we'll be back. I'll be back in 5 as well. Just gonna refill the water here. I'm gonna just put the timer. 5 minutes, we'll be back. Okay. So again, just quick confirmation here. Can you guys all hear me well? Just checking sometimes. You can just say, yeah, awesome. Thank you, Joshua. Okay, so as I was mentioning, assignments, we have 4, each one worth 10%, total 40%. First assignment is individual. Second and third in groups of 2 students, and fourth assignment in groups of 4 students. All of those assignments, they are coding assignments, coding projects, okay? So you're gonna be coding individually in the first one. In the end of your coding, as you are done, you're gonna zip the project and upload to Centennial. I'm not gonna give you too many details right now because you can cover that when the assignment gets released. But for now, just know this. The first one is individual. Second and third will be done in random groups of 2 students. And the fourth one in so the second one, it's a random group, but then the same group that was formed for the second one can go through and become the third, and be the same for the third assignments. And then the fourth assignment, most likely I'll be bringing groups of 2 together to form a group of 4, and that the group of 4 will do the last assignment. Okay, so that's how it will work. Any question about assignments? Let me see here on Padlet if there's anything there. Okay, nothing there. Okay, so, and I'm gonna do a summary at the end here so we can recap everything. So in terms of tests, we're gonna have 2 tests. Each one is worth 25%. The test will be 2 hours long, and it's gonna work via Centennial in the form of an open-ended quiz. Each one of the 5 to 4 each one of the 5 questions will be coding problems. You're gonna do a little piece of code. You're gonna copy the code, paste inside Centennial, and you have the answer there. So again, it's gonna be in a quiz format of open-ended questions. Okay, but again, see individual coding problems. Yeah, that's it. It's usually going to be open for 24 hours, and during that 24 hours you can take the test anytime you want. It starts, and again, it's going to give you about 1 hour and 50 to 2 hours to get it done. The first test will be done in the middle of the semester. The second test at the very end, at the very last week number 13. Okay, any questions? Any questions about that? Okay. Before I show the summary here, actually, there is something else here. I'm a believer in understanding, not memorizing. Okay, so what is the difference between understanding and memorizing? What is the difference here? And I'm gonna explain why I'm bringing this up. Any input there from anyone?
Memorizing would be like taking the exact words and being able to regurgitate it kind of like a parrot, but not fully understanding what those word means or what the context is to a greater picture.
That's it. My 9-year-old daughter, she can regurgitate what object-oriented programming is, but does she really understand what's going on there? Not really. Okay, so that's it. So the point why I'm bringing this up is because none of the quizzes, none of the assignments, none of the tests, they are all open book. They are open book, open Google, open web, open textbook, not open friends. Okay, that's the only thing that is not open to. But again, you can use any other resource you have. You can open Centennial, your notes, the weeks that we have gone through of content. It's all open. Okay. So again, I don't believe in memorizing. I believe in understanding. I keep very few things here. I keep the understanding here. But again, if I need to type the name of a library or a big namespace that is, I don't know, 20, 30 characters long, am I going to remember that? No. But I can get to the answer very quickly. Okay. Because I understand what's going on behind the scenes. Okay. So with that said, again, all open book. Now, this is a recap of what some of you may have seen already, the video that I showed the weekly bonus. Again, if you want to turn off and have a 10 minutes break, you can, but I'll be restating what I mentioned there in the video that I sent earlier. So we're going to be using the podcast as a way for you to get up to 5% in bonus points. Okay. So again, I'm not forcing you to do this. This is optional. You can do this if you want. If you don't want, that's fine. You can just ignore this. Okay. But again, sometimes 5% is the difference between a B plus and an A, or, hopefully not your case, but from an F to a D, hopefully a little bit above that, but again, it can make the difference. It can give you that little push that we need to round things up to the next letter grade. Okay. So how are we going to do this? Well, for the next 10 weeks, every single week, the bonus opens on Tuesday and closes on Sunday night at 11:30 p.m. Okay. So you have a good 6 days, 5 days, 6 days there to do the bonus and submit that. How is that done? Well, let me flip here to Centennial. So if you go to Centennial, under assessments, assignments, so you should be able to see bonus number 1 there. Again, if you can have a look and tell me if you can see that or not. You're going to be able to see it until, again, Sunday, January 24th at 11:30 p.m. The way it's going to work is you're going to open the bonus, you're going to download a bonus template, which I have downloaded, which I have it right here. Let me load that. So there is a bonus templates file. I even provided a template. If you open that, you're going to put what is the number of the bonus, bonus number 1 this week, bonus 1. And then you're going to go to, you can go to the website, you can go to the solocoder.com, or you can load the podcast on any podcast player like iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, any player that you may have. If you have a player that it doesn't show there, let me know, and I'll make sure that it will show. But for instance, this week, January 19th, just yesterday, I put live this one here, episode 76. So here, episode number 76. What is the title? The title is this one here. You can just copy that, copy and paste it here. And then I'm asking you, if you have gone through it, you can provide 3 takeaways from the episodes or 3 new things that you have learned. It can be 2 takeaways, 1 new thing. It can be a mix and match. That's fine. But again, what did you learn from that episode? What was something insightful that the guests mentioned during the conversation? Again, I'm doing that because those people are people there in the industry where you're going to be working eventually there. Okay. So again, it's for your own benefit that you're going to be listening to the conversation. Hopefully it's going to be also interesting and it's going to get you engaged as well. But again, see what can you take away from them. Okay. Any question about the bonus? Again, sorry. So automatically it opens on Tuesday and closes on Sunday. Okay, automatically that's. Now, can you come to me on Monday morning, send via email as an attachment your bonus? Don't do that. Okay, bonus is extra. You have 5 days to do this. If you left for to the last minute or you forgot, if you missed it, that's fine. That is done, it's gone. Focus on the next bonus, but that's gone. Don't send me afterwards because I'm flexible with some other things, but not with the bonus deadline. Okay, so again, you have that week to get it done. Do it. Otherwise, again, if you missed, sorry about that. It's 0.5% each bonus, up to 10. You know, we have 10 bonus here, up to 5%. And if you missed one, it's just 0.5%. Focus on the next one. Move forward. Okay. What else we have here? Let's see. I think that's it about the bonus. Let's see here. The episode you do for the bonus has to be the most latest episode. That's correct. So again, if we are talking about the bonus for this week, you look at the episodes for the week. Next week, you're going to have on Tuesday a new episode here. Okay, so it's always the last episode, the one for that week. What else we have here? I think that's it. So let me go back to the slide here. So again, we have 10, each one worth 0.5, and then you have 5% at the end of the day. One quick caveat is that if by any chance, and we're going to be talking about this a little bit, no, actually next, we're going to be talking about this, but if by any chance you get caught doing some cheating, which I know nobody here will do this, I know that this class, that will not happen, then again, if that happens by any chance, you are no longer qualified to the bonus, okay, to get the bonus. So please be mindful about that. Kevin, is the first bonus due next Tuesday? Okay, so again, let me have a look here. Let me see if I can bring it. So the bonus, Kevin, they always open on Tuesdays and they always close on Sundays. So again, you have until Sunday night, 11:30 p.m. to get the bonus done from now until there. So again, but you don't need to wait for the class to get the bonus going, okay? Next Tuesday, it's going to open up automatically on the Centennial. So you can fill it out and just submit it. You don't need to wait for our class to happen, okay? Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this. Again, it's a subject that, I don't find any pleasure talking about. But as I said, we need to make clear what are the rules of engagement here, okay? What are the rules of this game that we're going to be playing for the next 13 weeks? And that's why I want to make it clear the difference between collaboration and copying, plagiarism. Again, anyone wants to mention a little bit about that? I mean, what is the difference between collaboration and copying? I'm going to give an example. Assignment 1 is individual, okay? But let's say that you decided to study together with maybe someone that lives with you, a roommate, or maybe, I don't know, you come together, remotely and just study together. So is it okay to discuss how are you thinking about doing this assignment here? And then the other person just mentions what he or she is thinking about doing. Is that okay? That is okay. That is a cooperation, collaboration. That's fine. What is not fine? Can you send me your project files? Can you zip your project files and send it to me? That is not fine. That is copying. Okay. So very different. You can collaborate, but you should not be copying. Okay. I'm in the industry for 20 years. I know when something is a copy, when a piece of code is a copy from another code. I know that. I know there are many hints that tells me what is a copy. And if you collaborate, if you cooperate, and each one does its own, his or her own coding, it's not going to be the same. It's going to be different. Okay, even if you study together. Okay, so again, if you are zipping your files and sending over to somebody else, you are risking getting a 0. I don't care if you were the one that sent the that did the work and sent to the other person. Both students are in the wrong here. So if you hear from me the feedback, your project, your code is the same as another student, I will only mention that to you if I am 100% sure that it is the same. If I have a hint of doubt, I'm gonna consider difference, and I'm not even gonna mention that. I'm not gonna bother there. But if you see that, a note from me, a feedback from me saying that your code is the same, is because I know. Don't try to argument with me. Someone copied from someone. Someone copied here. Okay? Kind of thing that I've heard before. I left my computer open, someone got my files. Okay, don't leave your computer open, in the open there. I added the files to GitHub and someone got them. Someone got my files. Well, guess what? Don't add your project to GitHub. There is time in your program to work with GitHub. Project assessments, this is not the right time, okay? I got it from a student from a different section, from a different semester. It doesn't matter. You got from a student from a previous semester, a future semester, from the future. It's plagiarism, the same way, okay? So those are not valid arguments. There are no valid arguments for copying. No valid arguments, okay? Again, I hope I'm sure that nobody here will do that, and I'm not looking for it. And again, I'm not out there trying to, okay, let's see if this is the same. No, here's how it happens. I'm grading someone, and then I open a project and I said, I think I saw this somewhere else. I think I saw this already. And then I open the other one and I start, oh, look at this. The person even forgot to change their name. Sometimes that happens, People forget to change their names when they're copied. Anyway, enough. That's not a subject that I like talking about, to be quite honest. Now, these are the first lines of code that I would like you to memorize. If cheating equals to true, bonus is null, not 0, null, doesn't exist. And reference letter from me, you're not getting. I'm telling you, I got students in the past that they graduated, they came back to me for me to become their reference. Actually, they were good students, but they provided their test, their assignment to somebody else. I said, you know what? Do you remember that a year ago? That conversation that we had? I cannot be a reference for you. So again, I want to be a reference to everyone here, to be able to talk well about everyone here. You can count on me. But again, if you do this, it's not going to work. Okay? Great. Enough of that. Enough is enough. Again, I won't be talking about this kind of thing again. You know the rules of engagement. Now, summary here: 4 assignments, 40%, 5 quizzes, 10% in total, 2 tests, 50% in total, and we have 100% plus 5% bonus with the podcast, with the little task for the podcast there. Okay, the 3 takeaways, the 3 new things that you have learned. Let me see if there are any questions here. Again, giving you a chance to ask me anything. AMA, or is that AMA? Ask me anything. Yes, AMA. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the Centennial. I want to cover a few elements there from Centennial. So let's have a look here. So every single week, you're gonna see that the link for the week will open up automatically every single Monday. Okay, so this week is already open here. If you go there, you're gonna have a recap about C#, some basic things on C# that ideally you should know about that because of comp100s, or because of, if you are on fast track, because of your previous experience with coding. But then you're going to see things like, methods, constructors, lab assignments. Those are exercises. You can practice with those exercises. Actually, some of those I will be demonstrating them next meeting, next week. Okay, remember, whenever we meet, we talk about the contents and we practice, and I demonstrate the content about the previous week, not the current week. Today is the introduction here. There was no previous week. So, but next week I'll be not only demonstrating, but we're going to be doing exercise about this week. Okay, and here are some of them that you can already work on. Okay, first quiz is already up and running and live. It ends next Friday, not this coming Friday, but next week on Friday, January 29th at 11:30 p.m. You have from now until next week to go through the content of week number 1 and then go through the quiz. Okay? I also, for the first week, I also created an extra section. What is this extra section here? Well, I have taught this course 3 times before for about, 12 sections. In all my courses before, I recorded when we were in class. And I said, you know what? I think that I should do some editing, but I should provide the recordings of this course, of this content that I have given in another semester. And I did that. I broke it down. Instead of giving one single, 2 hours long video, I broke it down into smaller chunks. And I also have quizzes, actually practice quizzes, not graded quizzes, that I did during class as well. So this is a chance for you to go through this content as I would have done in a regular setting face-to-face. Again, this is extra and optional. It took me a lot of time to put this together. Again, this is a long video that I broke down into the most important parts. I don't know, to be quite honest, if this will be useful to you, but what I expect from you is that next week, you tell me if this was useful, if this extra content was useful to you. Because if it was, I'll keep doing. But if it was not useful, I'm not going to do it because it takes me a lot of time and I don't have this ready up front. I have the recordings, but not this breakdown that I provided here. So I personally think that this is a good add-on to the content that is here. But am I sure about that? No, because I have not provided this before. That's the first time. Again, you tell me if this is useful. There is even here some exercise that I put together with the explanation of the exercise as well here. Again, the quizzes with the quiz solutions as well, that I go through the quiz explaining the results, explain the correct answer. There are some videos here as well from the book author. I'm going to talk about the book in a second, but the book author as well. There are some videos here from her, from Joyce. Again, I hope that this is useful. I don't know, Sina, again, have a look, give it a try. Those videos are not that long, the videos that I broke down here, so you can go, but I think it makes sense if you follow the order here, because it was according to the order that I have provided this in class, you know, so it makes sense to come in this order here. Okay, great. Again, you tell me next week about this. So what else we have here? Oh, the other thing that we have here is the course orientation. Here you have some general information about Centennial as well, expectations, support that is available too. And then you have the more specific one for this course, which is the course outline. Under the course outline, you have the broke down here of the weeks. And you also have one long PDF that is available here. I'm going to open, but I'm not going to go line by line here. You can read on your own time. And if you have questions, you let me know. But just in general, I want to highlight a few things. One of them is the book. Yes, the book here is mentioning a different version. The book that I have is a newer version. I mean, 2017, C# 2017. We're going to be using Visual Studio 2019. If you use 2017, that's fine as well. But do you need the book? Do you have to have the book? No, you don't, because the content is all available on Centennial. Week by week, as we open up, the content is there. If you have the book, that's fine. If you have the older, even the older version, I mean, if you get, let me tell you this, if you get creative and if you go to Google and if you Google the name of the book, I can tell you this, you may come across an older PDF of the older version of the book. It might be that version that is still useful as well. But again, I think that you have enough content in the weekly sections of Centennial that's going to cover the content very, very well. Okay. But again, this is the book that the course is based on. Okay. So evaluations as well. We have test 1, test 2 assignments. We have 4 assignments. Quizzes here, it does not say how many, but again, we're going to be doing 5 quizzes. I don't know. I would love to see where you, aside from the mistake there, having 6 grades, where else did you see that there was a 6th quiz? Because I'm just curious about that. Again, if you remember, let me know there in the chat, but that's fine. So you have the percentages, the weights of each assignment. Test 1, 25, 25, the 4 assignments, 40%, and all quizzes in total, 10%. So we have a total of 100% here. At the end of this PDF, you're going to see week by week which chapters you're going to be talking about, but this breakdown is also available here in a slightly better way if you go through the different sections here. Okay, this is a little bit better here. Let me see if there's anything else here on the Centennial. Let me go back to the content. Again, every single week, the week will open up automatically every single Monday morning. Okay. Under week 10 on the page says quiz 10. Okay, so Kevin, thank you for that. I will keep that as a reference here. Thank you for that. Thank you. Yeah. So I'll have a look at that. Okay. Oops. Okay, so let me see here if there's anything else on Centennial. I think that's it for now. think there was, oh yes, links. Let me show you this already. Links here. So here is our Zoom link. I may change this again because I think it was just a little confusing today with one class, one meeting finishing, the other one starting. So it became a little bit confusing. I didn't realize that, but it makes sense. So I may change this, but for now, we have one link until, again, I do something else here. Then we have Nearpod, which you're going to be using for some quizzes. I'll be showing that a little bit later in the discussion. One thing that I would like you to do, if not now, but do it at some point, click under Teams, click on section 3, link to Teams. This is Microsoft Teams, okay? We're going to be using Microsoft Teams to be able to collaborate as well. Usually I used to use Slack before, but this semester I decided to use Teams because Centennial is really embracing Teams and I want to embrace Teams as well. So I decided to give it a good try on Teams. Teams is good to collaborate chat-based. I will be using Teams in my office hours as well, which I'll be mentioning in a second. But again, I would advise you to click on section 3 here, link to Teams, and join our team on Teams, our group on Teams, okay, our section. Okay, here our Padlets, okay, all fine. Okay, so attendance, not mandatory. You don't have to come to this weekly meeting. I would appreciate if you come. I think that you can benefit from the live interaction. However, this is being recorded. It's going to be provided to you, and I will show you where you can check. You can check it later, not later today, but later tomorrow. I'll be posting that tomorrow. So again, attendance is not mandatory, but I will be taking attendance because I want to have some sort of reference of who's coming. Because let me give you an example. If you come down the road, let's say week 6, week 7, and you tell me that you are not understanding anything, and I'm gonna check. Are you making the effort to come to class, to come to our meetings? I mean, if you don't understand, if you are not reaching out via email, if you are not coming to the meetings, again, what do you want me to do? So that's why I keep a close eye on attendance. But again, it's not mandatory and you will not be penalized if you don't come to our meetings. That's okay. Talking about attendance, let me pull that up and let me do this right now. So as you hear your name, just say hi in the chat so I can put your attendance here. Second, let me see. So we are section 3, and here we go. Again, just say hi, I'm here, just hi in the chat. It's gonna be more than enough. So I'm gonna start with Alessandro. Alessandro, you were there. Yes, I know you were there. I get it. So Alex, Amin, and Aman. It's ordered alphabetically by the first name, okay? So Aman and Amin, okay? Amin, Aman. Alex Jong, Alex. Okay. Bagyesh, Izen, and Faisal. Bagyesh, Izen, and Faisal. Alex is there, okay? Alex, okay. Sinaf is Faisal, okay? Okay, that's fine. And Bagyesh and Isan, okay, I think. Okay, so Gelare, Janath, and John Tran. Gelare, sorry. Okay. So it's Jelly. Is that Jelly? Okay. Janath. Okay. And John Tran. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Yep. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So 1 second. Izan. Izan is there. Okay. Johnny, Zhang, Joshua, Soriano, and Kevin. Kevin, yeah, you were there, Kevin. So Johnny and Joshua. Double, I did not call you yet. Joshua is there. Okay. So Johnny, I don't see you, Johnny. Cody and Kyung Byung. Okay. I saw that there. Double back. Yeah, I saw you there. Okay. Cody is there. Yep. And Lester and Lewis. Lester and Lewis. Lester is there. Luis L. Okay. Mateo, MD Fayaz, and Mues. Mateo Davila, MD Fayaz, and Mues. Okay. You said hi in there, Paul. You said hi. I don't know who you are here. Hi. In there, Paul. I mean, are you MD Fayaz, Mues? Okay, you tell me. Rafsan, Ryan, and Rushan. Ryan, Rafsan, and Roshan. In their Pau, I mean, in their Pau, I don't see. What's your first name and last name on the Centennial? You might be, I mean, if your first name is, yeah, I mean, you might be from a different section. I can check that after we are done with the class, okay? So stick around a little bit longer and I'll check that. You might be from another section. Okay, so Ryan, yeah, I said that. Okay, so Roshan, Seong Kong Kin, Stas, and Sultan. Seong Kong Kin, Stas, and Sultan. Sumi, Sayeda, and Tang Fan. Sumi, okay. Sayeda, yep. Sayeda, yep, that's fine. Thang Fan. Okay, Thang is that. Okay, great. Tian Yui, Yu, third, and Vikas. Vikas, I saw you early. So Vikas, yes. So Tian Yu and Thirth. Oh, Walid, Ihia, Yahya. Oh, Yahya, yep, okay. Walid, okay. Walid, you are Zeki, okay. And Zobair, okay, perfect. Okay, so I think we have everybody. If I did not call your name, let me know. But otherwise, that's it. So again, no problem if you miss. There's a recording. Again, I take attendance just to keep a close eye on things here. Great. Okay, so let's start to wrap things up. Assignments. We have 4 assignments. I'm usually flexible with assignments. If you come to me and tell me that there is a reason for a delay, I'll be okay with that. But normally there is a 20% off per day that you miss the assignment deadline, okay, up to 3 days. And after 3 days, it is no longer accepted, okay? But again, usually assignments, I'm a little bit more flexible than tests and quizzes, okay? Again, let me know if there's any questions. Okay. Just in case, if you come to class, if you come to our meeting and it's the time and I did not show up on Zoom, check your email. Check your email because maybe something happened. Again, very unusual. Last semester, I didn't miss any meetings. So, but again, it may happen. Emergencies may happen. So if something happens, I will communicate via email. I'll tell you what's going on. I'll tell you what are the next steps here. But very, very rarely this will happen. Okay. Okay, double back. In the MST, do I need permits to come? Double back. I'm not sure what is the MST again. I mean, what is MST? Oh, sorry. MS Teams. Okay, Microsoft Teams. Okay, so let me see what was the question. The MS Teams. Do I need permit to? Yes. So in Microsoft Teams, you click the link, and eventually I'll check here in the computer, and I will accept all requests. Okay, I'm not using it right now. Is there a code? Is there a code for the team group chat? The links just go to general team. It's just to. Is it just to general team? Let me have a look here because I have it activated. Let me see here. Well, I can see a bunch of requests. But that's for the other section. Let me accept all of them. Let me see if I see. I don't see. Well, now I see. Now I see your requests. However, I don't see yours, Kevin. So again, the ones that I have the requests here, did you have to click on anything to request access? I mean, is there, because to be honest, I don't know what you see from your side, on that link. But I see a bunch of requests here. I'm going to accept all of them.
Maybe I have to download it. Just when I clicked on the link and I use the web app, it goes to a general page, and then it says, do you have a code for that chat, which is presumably how you would call it up and dial it up. So I'll try downloading it.
Got it. I think
and
it's
see
that.
if it links.
I think it's that. I think it's the download part. It may not give that problem. Okay. Awesome. Okay, perfect. So it's good to get it to start to get familiar with Teams. I'm looking forward to use it. So just a few tools that you're going to be using. eCentennial is our base camp. Is where we're going to find the course outline, as I show you, the grades, communications, weekly content, assignments. I try to provide reminders, emails with reminders, but again, be responsible from your side. You know that right now I told you quiz number 1, it's due Friday, January 29th. Put that somewhere in your schedule as well. Okay. Check the calendar on eCentennial, but organize things on your side. You're going to have lots of courses to get done and lots of assignments to get done. So again, organize yourself. Don't just trust on the reminder that you're going to see from the instructor. Okay. Again, eCentennial is our home base. As we saw already, we're going to be using Padlet as well. I have used it a few times already. Some questions came up here too. So again, it's another tool that we use. Nearpods, I use Nearpod for informal quizzes. You're going to see in that extra content that I provided in week 1, there are quite a few Nearpods quizzes there. Those are practice quizzes. It's a good preview of the quiz number 1. Okay, so go through those quizzes. We use Nearpod. I use Nearpod for that. You don't have to register on Nearpod. You can just click the link and do the quiz. Interpol, okay, so section 4 Interpol is on Friday, okay? Friday, let me just have a look here at the schedule. So section 4 is actually 6:30 to 8:20, but on Friday. However, if you are going through the class today already, the meeting, just send me a reminder and I'll put your presence there on Friday, okay? Alex, we need to choose the group. No, groups, you don't need to choose anything about groups today. And also groups will be random. So You'll not be picking yourself. It will be assigned automatically to you, but not today. First assignment is individual. Groups will only be formed from second assignment onwards. Okay? Yes, for next assignments, not for the first one, not today. Okay. Okay. So let's see. YouTube, you can sign up on YouTube for, that's where I'll be posting the recordings. However, the other place that you can see the recordings, they are posted and they can be seen. If you go to content, videos, as I said, our section is section 003. So you can come to this playlist here, and this recording tomorrow will be here. Look, the list of records will start show up here. The first one here is about the bonus, which I published on all different sections, but this class or this meeting will be posted in this playlist as a second video here tomorrow morning. Okay, so this is where you can come to check the recordings. All of them will be posted right here in this list. This is a YouTube playlist that you're gonna see growing over time with our sections recordings. Okay. Okay, so podcast, I mentioned that already quite a lot. Again, it's going to be the bonus, and hopefully that will provide some extra value to all of you. And you can subscribe to any podcast player. And if you put a review on Google iTunes, I would appreciate that. You don't need to do it now. You can do that eventually. Microsoft Teams, I have gone through that already. I have shared the link. So I'm just going there once again. Again, you can see those links here inside eCentennial under links. You can go to section 3, this link right here. So again, I'll be accepting all your requests here. Okay, Zoom, for now, it's still just that link. But again, this may change. And if it changes, I will make sure that everyone knows. For now, it's just one link always. As you saw today, we have a 5 minutes break on 9:20. So we can just refuel. So after the first hour, we have 5 minutes break. And then we continue until our 10:20 stop. Anything else? Anything that I missed mentioning here that is still a question that you have in your head there? This is the time to put that out there, to mention that to me. I'm looking at the chat. I'm looking at Padlet as well. I see a question here. Okay, so I think this was here already. I think it was here already. Yes, the episode has to be the last one for that week. Correct. But I think this was here already. Okay. So we are coming towards the end here. As mentioned, all our meetings will be recorded, but it does mean that you don't come to our meetings, okay? It's always good to interact with me one-on-one, interact with me in group like this. And just so you know, you can always reach out to me via email. I usually try to answer in the same day, if not within one business day, within 24 hours. We can always make an appointment to talk face-to-face. We can always have a Zoom. But I'm going to be sharing, if you go here to the home page of our course shell, if you scroll down, you're going to see my information here. And here is my office hours, Thursdays. So that's the extra time that I set every single week so that I can talk to anyone that requires my help, my assistance. If there is anything that you need to talk one-on-one with me, this is the preferred time. Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., I'll be available on Teams. So reach out to me on Teams. If we need to have a face-to-face via Zoom, we can connect there and I can share a Zoom link so we can have a one-on-one, a face-to-face if it's required, okay? But again, that's the best time to catch me outside of our meeting time every single week. With that, I will close with change is the end result of all true learning. And I hope that you're going to have some true learning as you get this course done. You're going to have a good understanding of not only C#, but object-oriented programming. And this will be the foundation for your programming 3 course as well. Okay. Again, I hope that we have a very productive semester together. See here, MS, are we going to send us a link to the MS Teams? So again, for MS Team, where can you find the link? You can find the link here on Centennial Content, Links, Section 3, Link to Teams. You just click here. So this is the link. I'm going to copy the address there. I'm going to put there in our chat. It's quite long, the link. Yeah, so Kevin made a good point there. You have to download the desktop version of Teams and then click here. Okay, thanks for that, Kevin. So again, download Teams and then click this link. The link is there for everyone in the chat. And I'm gonna post here as well. Here is the link to Teams. But again, download it first. That's it, everyone. I hope that you have a good night of sleep. Who's tired? Who's sleepy? Okay, and anyway, have a good night of sleep. Have a good rest of the week. Have a good weekend. Tomorrow morning, I'll be around. I know it might be too close to you, but hey, if you need any help with anything, let me know tomorrow morning. If not, via email. Have a good rest of the week. Good weekend. I'll see you again next Wednesday at 8:30 to 10:20. Have a good one. Great to be here. Looking forward to a great semester with all of you. Bye for now. Thank you, Cody, Lester, Gally. Is that Gally? How do we pronounce? Come on, tell me. Walid, Mateo.
It's Gelly.
Gally. Thank you so much, Gally. Thank you for that.
No problem. Thank you.
Have a good one. Alex, bye, Alex. Good to see you. Kevin as well. Sayeda. Double back. Walid. Thanks so much, guys. Thank you, everyone. Again, the recording will be available tomorrow morning on that playlist. Thanks so much. Bye now.